The mounts are located at the rear of the engine compartment on both sides of the airbox and indicated by red arrows. You will need to remove the engine cooling fans, the rear wing, tail lights, rear bumper cover, and airbox to replace them. Please follow the link provided at the end of this video for additional assistance with all those tasks. With everything removed, you have access to the mounts, red arrows, and the 18mm nuts under the carrier, blue arrows. Support the engine from below with a jack and a piece of wood. You never want to just put a jack under the engine, red arrow, as it does not disperse the load and can damage the oil pan. You want to support the engine and not lift the car. Before you begin lowering the engine, have a look at the crossmember. You do not want the engine resting on this, blue arrow. Support the engine with a flat piece of wood. Do not lift the vehicle with the jack. Looking under the vehicle, you can see the 18mm nut on the lower section of the engine carrier, red arrow. Working under the car, loosen and remove the 18mm nut, red arrow, that holds the mount to the engine carrier. Make sure the engine is well supported before attempting this and check as you go. This image shows the nut on the left side. Both can be accessed with an extension and a deep socket. Use an 18mm deep socket and extension and remove the nut for the mount you are changing, red arrow. With the engine supported and the nut removed, you can remove the two E12 torque bolts on the mounts, red arrows. Lift the mount from the chassis. Now is a good time to give this area a good cleaning. There is a cutout in the engine carrier that will line up with the bottom of the mount. If you are installing factory mounts, it will automatically line up. The engine can and will shift once the mount is removed. I find it very handy to have an additional jack to lift the carrier on the side you are working on to help align everything for installation. Installation of the stock mounts is the reverse of removal. Torque the 18mm nuts to 86 Nm or 63 foot-pounds and the E12 bolts to 37 Nm or 27 foot-pounds. We're going to install a sweet set of aftermarket mounts from Rennline. They are made from billet aluminum and have options of 3 stiffness levels from the different inserts that you can mix and match that come with the kit. The options are street, street track, and race. Just be aware that these mounts will allow more vibration through the interior of the car, depending on how much you want to stiffen it up. Build up the mounts following the simple instructions in the kit. We went with the street, track, or sport option. Follow the factory instructions for installing the Rennline kit, including double nutting the stud so you can set the torque value. On the aftermarket mounts, when you are building them, you will need to line up the bottom nut so it aligns with the carrier. You can use the old stock mount to guide you, red arrow. Insert the new mount and check for alignment with the carrier. Be prepared to remove the mount and make adjustments to the bottom nut as needed. Once everything is lined up, you can torque everything down. Torque the new 18mm nut to 86 Nm or 63 foot-pounds, and the E12 bolts to 37 Nm or 27 foot-pounds. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out another video in this series.